So, hello, I'm here with Rob Mitchell and Helen, Kenzie from Cogniclick and FT Longitude. We have just been doing attending or moderating a roundtable on thought leadership in B2B marketing. And it was a fascinating session, wasn't it, Rob? We had a load of interesting conversations about the role of thought leadership today in B2B and all the challenges that marketers face is actually doing it properly. And there was a particular focus on the role of thought leadership at that point of sale in the kind of the sales conversation. How did that play against what you're finding when you talk to your clients, Rob? Did it surprise you? Was there anything different? Did it confirm your expectations?
I think it did confirm expectations in some ways, in that we know that marketers are under greater pressure to generate revenue from sales. So that's certainly something we're seeing in client conversations that we're having, that this evolution of thought leadership from being just the top of the funnel marketing activity to be something that also has a responsibility to generate revenue. And I think it's challenging to get both of those things in one piece of thought leadership. So I think you need to kind of think about it in a portfolio way. The other thing that I think is really interesting from this session was how marketing engages with sales.
Yeah.
Because there were some interesting points about you don't want to do just what sales wants from thought leadership, because otherwise you're going to end up with something quite self-serving and probably quite short-lived.
Yeah.
So it's a case of listening, consulting, but also thinking through what does the audience need? What does the audience really care about, and what's going to be most valuable to them?
Absolutely. And it was all based, Helen, wasn't it, on some research that Cogniclick did with B2B marketing, where we explored some of the trends and some of the themes. And I think what we identified, there's different groups, aren't there? There are sales
champions.
Sales champions.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
we interviewed over 4 months the Propolis audience and your audience, and identified, analysing the data, we identified a group that we called sales champions, who were doing thought leadership well, and it was impacting commercial success, and seekers who were not achieving the levels of commercial success that they necessarily wanted. And within that, there are a number of characteristics and things that we were seeing, that champions were doing well. They were using thought leadership. They're 4 times more likely to use thought leadership. They were using research. That was a big part of what they were doing in enabling commercial success out of their thought leadership. They were making it usable for sales. They were saying that it was usable by sales. They were 6 times more likely actually to say that it was usable by sales. So that was a really big one. So there are a number of characteristics, and we were covering those today. I think one of the big things that came out of today as well is that it's a process, and that it's not necessarily solved at any point, but actually, how it's started by marketing, how it's then fed into sales, how sales then use it. All of these areas are just an ever continuing process. Not necessarily all of them have been cracked by everybody, but if we see it as a process, then we can work together better across sales and marketing to get it right.
I think that was one thing that came out as well, is it's not a point in time, is it? Sales conversations are not just a one and done type thing. It happens in B2B anyway, over quite a long period of time. It could be 12 months, it could be 18 months. And the role that thought leadership plays in that sales conversation is different at different stages of the sales cycle. Yeah,
and it's fascinating. And as you say, it's an ongoing journey, right? There's so many things in B2B marketing, and requires so much of that internal engagement as well. So thank you both for taking time to be here. Really enjoyed that roundtable to talk to so many great B2B marketers about what they're doing, and lots more to come on this. Lots more information from Helen. We'll circulate the link to the survey and the diagnostic in the link below. So thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.